Capoeira KiD here, and today I have the honor of training in a one-on-one session with the only Ron Williams. This man has accomplished a lot in his life. He has gotten Mr. Natural Bodybuilder of the Decade. He's won so many awards, and it's just an honor to be trained with him. So, Mr. Williams, what can I do to build more explosive movements? Because in my martial arts, we do a lot of explosive movements.
What type of explosive movements?
Like with my legs, with jumping, I have to control my body movement and use my legs to jump far, sometimes jump high.
Let me see what it looks like.
So some of the moves I have to do is starting here and jumping sideways to do a flip, and some of them are to jump and reach height to do another kick, and a lot of them are just using squats. And what are some exercises I can do to help that?
Okay. The first thing I would say is most people would tell you do squats with weights. But I would say something different. I would say what would really help, especially at your age, would be to do squats and jump squats using resistance bands. So I had a guy who had a struggle with learning how to jump higher. He said, I've got a white boy's disease. White men can't jump. And I said, yes, they can. If you've got glutes, you've got hamstrings, quads, and calves, you can jump. And so what I did with him is I set a mark on the wall, and I said, I want you to jump as high as you can and see if you can touch that mark. Well, he was able to touch that mark. So I drew another mark just a little bit higher. He couldn't touch that mark. So what I did is I attached a belt around his waist and attached the resistance bands from his waist all the way down to his ankles. When I forced him to jump with those resistance bands, jump harder each time, harder, 1 week after the next for about 4 weeks. After 4 weeks, I took the resistance bands off. I had him do it again. That mark that he couldn't touch, he surpassed it. See, the body responds to resistance. It will respond to resistance. If you give the body resistance, the type of resistance that you want, and then you take that body, after giving it the resistance that it wants, it repairs and it recovers, and it's able to do more. But if you do heavy squats, it may make your legs really, really strong, but only with heavy squats. May not help you jump higher. Does that make sense?
Sir.
Okay.
So I'm going to go to the next question. So in my martial arts, we have to do those high acrobatics and then get back into another acrobatic, but faster. So what are some exercises I can do to build speed?
Speed comes by depending on, some speed is natural. Like you have some boxers, like the ones that were really known for speed, like Muhammad Ali. That was natural speed. Can you increase your speed? Of course. You had fighters like Sugar Ray Leonard, who was known for speed. So that was natural. But by repetitive motions, doing it over and over and over again, with speed in mind, trying to speed up whatever activity that you're doing. If you're a sprinter and you want to run 100 meters faster, that means that first step that you take, every step requires, I'll give you an example. Usain Bolt, he takes 55 steps to run 100 meters. So every step, if he wants to go faster, every step he needs to concentrate on going faster with every step. So there are muscle groups that are used that will help him do that. One is his abdominals, because every time you take a step when you're sprinting, is you're pulling from your abdominals. So it's got to be explosive and then extend. So all the way through the movement, he's got to learn how to use that movement more efficient and proficiently so that he moves down the track. So whatever movements you are doing, you've got to do it with speed in mind, knowing that this movement has to be explosive, it has to be fast, and the more you practice doing faster and faster and faster, the body responds by you moving faster.
Then I'm going to the next question. So I've seen my dad lifting weights, and I would like to get into it. But what is an age for kids that they can start lifting weights?
Well, with kids, it's a little bit different for each kid because their maturity level happens at a different time in life. So when you start to find, when your body starts going through a change, there are certain symptoms or certain things that you'll see in your body. Your voice will start deepening. You start to get growing pains, a lot of different things. But when your body starts to secrete more testosterone, that's when the body is able to grow and respond. So when you're going through puberty, that's when you want to start lifting. When you start going through puberty, and you'll start, there are little signs that will tell you that you're going through puberty. You start getting hair under your arms and, a little hair right here. Hey, what is that? Then your body's starting to go through puberty, and your body will respond to weightlifting because of the extra testosterone that you have.
Nice. So now we're going to go into more of the food category.
Okay.
So my first question is going to be, should kids like my age, younger, maybe a year older, should they drink protein shakes or BCAAs, or should they look for more natural sources in food?
Great question. Should they take the BCAAs? I would say not really necessary to take the BCAAs, but protein drinks may be to their advantage. Because see, protein drinks equals protein. And if they don't eat enough during the day, and they don't have time to eat during the day, that protein drink could be a benefit to them. But there are certain drinks they want to stay away from. You know those, right? The pop, the Gatorade, and different stuff like that. Stay away from that stuff.
And also, what is some pre-workout, maybe post-workout meals that kids can eat?
Well, post-workout meals are really important, and this is what you want to remember about that. The post-workout means that it's after the workout has taken place. There's certain things that your body is depleted from, especially if you work out hard. You've lost minerals. Your body's used up some energy, some carbohydrates, especially if you're doing the explosive workouts that you're talking about. So you need the carbohydrates, you need the minerals back in your body, you need the essential fatty acids, which are going to lubricate the joints. But you also need the protein, because when the body starts to burn carbohydrates and fat, it also burns protein. And the muscle itself is made up of protein. So you need to have a well-balanced meal right after the workout. But immediately after, you want to take in some carbohydrates to replenish the energy that you just lost. And if you take it in within 10 to 15 minutes, it'll help your recovery.
So I've been doing like squats, and sometimes I've been doing them with weights like the goblet squats and stuff like that. And I'm gonna do some in a little bit right now. And could you critique me to see if I'm doing it right?
Okay, first, before we do it, why are you doing goblet squats? I want to know the reason behind it.
Because before I asked you on what do I do for explosive movements, that's what I was doing for explosive movements. I was doing those, I was doing jump squats, I was doing things like that.
Okay, let's see it.
In here. I don't know if my knees are coming too forward or if I'm arching my back right.
Okay, a couple things I want you to see. When you're doing squats, the first thing you want to concentrate on, make sure your hamstrings are extremely flexible. Now, the first movement is not bending the knees. The first movement is the glutes, because this is the power muscle. This is the largest muscle group in the body. So the first movement is here. Watch my knees. Watch the shin bone right here in my knees. First movement is here. Notice how my knees are not going forward. Back here. And my power is here. So the very first move is the glutes back. I want you to do me a favor. Put that down for a second. I want you to put your hand on my hamstring. And push in right there. Right there. Push in. Okay, watch this. If I go forward, not much, but as soon as I start to do that, you feel that? So I'm engaging the hamstring when I sit back. The hamstring and the glutes are engaged. When my knees go forward, this doesn't flex and it doesn't give you the power. So all of the pressure goes right here to the knee itself. And so this is the weak point that can cause many problems. So you get those glutes back. Now, with the jump squats, let me see you jump squats. Okay, look in the mirror and turn sideways and look in the mirror and do the jump squats. Watch your knees as you go down and up. A little bit forward, so you're going to go back and then up. The way you can tell, can you touch your palms on the floor when you bend over? Yes, that's good. So you have the flexibility to do it right. So you want to sit those glutes straight back. So the jumping is here. Even if you don't go down as deep, it's better to go here and up. And then when you exhale, when you breathe out with suppressed air, you're actually 20% stronger. You ever hear boxers go, pss, 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 pss? It's because that 20, when they're breathing out, they're stronger. When you see somebody pushing a car, they're breathing out. When you see Bruce Lee, he's not doing that just to make noise. He's actually stronger and explosive. You'll notice that his eyes, before he punches, his eyes gets big and there's energy building up and he goes, Kia! Really, really hard, really, really loud because there's power in that.
Some other things I do is with the 8 pounds is I do the sometimes walking lunges and sometimes just in place.
That's actually really, really good. Really good. When you take that step, you want to, whatever leg moves, that's the side of the glute you want to concentrate on. Try it again. Drive up from that glute. Yeah. Awesome.
Some other moves I do in Capoeira, and they're moves that my dad doesn't know, so I don't know which muscles target working to build. Like this one is called Pichiquins in Portuguese, and you gotta get down. It's kind of like a yoga move, and you gotta put your elbow and your kidneys in balance. A tripod. Now, I don't know what muscles that I use for that one.
Okay. Number one, your bicep is definitely working. Your forearms are working, holding you stable there. A lot of that movement is balance. You know, a lot of it is balance. Let me see it again. Yeah, that's balance. That's your shoulder. Your shoulder is also involved with that. Your bicep is involved. Those two muscle groups are mainly involved. And then just balancing. Then your abs to hold your legs up in the air. Your stabilizing muscles around your rectors and your back, your stomach, serratus and intercostals, all of those muscle groups are involved because they have to hold the legs in that position. A lot of that is the muscle groups that I told you, the stomach, the rectors, the serratus and intercostals, the bicep, and your triceps, because what you have to do is you have to get a momentum, kick your legs like this, and throw your legs out, and it gives you a momentum going up. And as you're going up, you push with your hands to get over into position. And as your legs thrust forward, your arms are underneath and you're pushing straight. But so your whole core, that's a body movement. That's a body movement. So your whole core has to be strong. Your biceps and triceps have to be strong for that particular movement.
And that's one muscle that I don't know why I cannot build is a tricep.
You know what helps build that? The same exercise that your dad does with the Iron Chest Master. When you're in this position and you're doing this, that's tricep. And this is the movement that you want. You want to push off the floor like this as your legs thrust forward.
Nice. I know that you have a product called the Iron Chest Master that helps you with push-ups. Now, in push-ups, I slack a lot in my lower half of my body. Now, you see, demonstrate.
One, two, three, 4, up and hold, all the way up, hold it. Okay, try one more. Up and hold. Your form is not too bad, but what you have to do is contract your stomach like this. You want to force, if you're in this position, come here for just a second, turn to the side. Okay, come over here. Okay, so if you turn just like this, I want you to look in the mirror. Okay, right here, this is an arc, and this creates lordosis. And so if your stomach, turn to the side, if your stomach is weak, what happens, hold your hands up here for a second, if your stomach is weak, what happens is your hips rotate forward, pull your shoulders back, just like that. The hips will rotate this way, and your stomach can poke your stomach out. Yeah, just like that. That's what will happen, and it will create an arch right here. So what you have to do is tighten your stomach, tighten it tighter, now lean forward, right there. Keep the stomach tight. You want to keep it just like that when you do your push-ups. And instead of letting the stomach relax, keep it tight just like that, then do the push-ups. Try one more time. Where's your stomach? There we go. Let's see it. Boom. There you go, baby. That's it. Keep it tight. Don't let it go. Try 2 more. 1 and 2. Good job. That feel different?
A lot better.
There we go.
Thank you.
Awesome.
So today I'm working with Coach Ron Williams, and he helped me a lot today with all my workouts. And I would like to thank him for helping me today and helping all of y'all. And if you want to thank him, leave a like down below. Now, thank you, Mr. Ron Williams.
Appreciate it, sir.
Now, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you like this video. Leave a like if you like to thank Ron in helping you with all your exercises. Now, Coach Ron helping me with all these workouts will help me to do our next video in our series of videos, which is intermediate acrobatics. So now we're going to do intermediate acrobatics, and we're going to do a whole lot better. So thank you guys for watching again, and see you next time.